Finally, I'm ready to start doing some tubing. Before I do, I want to show you some of the components that I have to actually make this work. Starting with this guy right here. Now you will need a heat gun, preferably one that stands up like this by itself. That way you can get it going, you can run your tubing over, and you can go ahead and bend it how you need it. So a heat gun like this is essential whenever you're bending, and I'll try to find some links to similar guns where you guys can go ahead and pick it up on Amazon. The other thing, and I had to actually switch this one out to make it match. You want to make sure you get something that match your actual tubing, and this is my bending kit. Now I have to go ahead and purchase a new one because the first one I had was not the right size. So I'll go ahead and link this one in the description. So in the kit, we do have our silicone insert. So this actually goes inside of the pipe like this. And that way when you start heating it up and bend it, the pipe doesn't collapse on itself. So these are needed. And we also have a hacksaw. And because the tubing that I have is acrylic, you will need a hacksaw. You can't cut it regularly like you would with this tubing. What I'll need is a hacksaw or tiny blade like this. If you guys already have a hacksaw, it should work. But this should be able to cut through. Also comes with some extra blades. Now we do have this little tool and another part of this kit. And what this does is, when you do make your cuts, you want to go ahead and smooth it out, guys. So you put it in, turn it like this, then you put it on the outside, you turn it a couple times, and what that does, it makes your edges smooth. That way when you actually push the pipe into the fit-in, it won't go ahead and damage the O-ring. You also have a file. File is necessary. You do have some bending angles, so this is your 90-degree bend. This is your 180, and this guy will give you a 45-degree bend. This should all fit this particular size piping, guys, so it shouldn't be a lot of play here. You want to make sure you get the right size for your tubing. Now I did mention the tubing, guys. I do have 2 packs of 3, you can see here, and that should be plenty. However, if it's not, pretty cheap, pretty easy to purchase. We do have our coolant. This is clear. However, you can add your coloring afterwards, and like I said, this is all from Corsair, but you can't get coolant anywhere online, guys, so must have. Hopefully I have enough for this build. And we also do have the fill bottle. All right, so we do have some random fittings that you'll see me use. We do have adapter here. So this is going to be the backbone of your cooling kit, guys. So this is a fitting that will screw into multiple ports, including the pump itself as well as the radiator. It does have an O-ring on this side, and this is where the pipe will go. So what you'll do is you'll go ahead and take this off. All right, you do have an O-ring in this guy, and you do have an O-ring right here as well. So after your pipe is smooth, guys, you go ahead and put the top O-ring on like this, and you go ahead and squeeze this down, and it should have a nice firm connection like that. And then you can go ahead and just go ahead and screw it down like this. All right, now this is very sturdy. This isn't going anywhere. This isn't going to leak, but that's why it's very important to make sure that you smooth off the edges. You do have a nice 90-degree cut, and that way it flushes flat against the actual fitting and everything will be smooth. So I can pull on this all day, it's not going to come out, and that's how you want to make sure your connections are solid and stable. I want to show you guys what I plan to do as far as my water loop. So this might look a little bit messy, but this is basic planning of how you want your system to run. So everything in your loop, you want to run it in one direction. So all the way out through the radiators, through the radiator again, and then back into the reservoir. So how I have this set up, guys, the yellow is going to be my output. So I'm going to run this up to the front radiator. Then I'm going to come out to the CPU. Then I'm going to go in from the CPU out to the top radiator. So I'm going to come from the top radiator out to my graphics card. Then I'm going to go out from the graphics card back to the reservoir. So it's all in one line, and what I wanted to do is make sure that the CPU is cooled by this radiator in the front and the graphics card is cooled by this radiator in the top. So made everything a lot messy and made everything more difficult, but it is challenging, but I think it will pay off in the end. So let's go ahead and jump into it, guys. Let's bend some tubing and get this up and running. So here's the first piece of tubing that I made. Took a little bit of time, practice. This is gonna actually go like this to the top radiator. And what I wanted to do is actually start building from the back to the front. And that makes it easier when I start putting in new parts of the cooling system, guys. So I'm gonna need 2 of these guys to get this in. So let's go ahead and get this first piece of tubing installed. Alright guys, so just went ahead and finished my last piece of tubing, which was connecting the GPU up to the actual top radiator. Now before I start filling with water, just wanted to give you guys a quick overview of what everything is, and let you guys know that it is officially alive. All I need to do is add fluid, which will be the most gut-wrenching experience in this whole build. So first thing, this little guy is just a junction point, and this is the main out from the actual pump. So this goes all the way up to the first stop in the radiator, front radiator, which does have a semi push and pull, fans in the front, fan in the back, and this will cool my CPU. So it goes into the pump, it comes out to the CPU, then it's gonna go back out to the second radiator in the back, and out the radiator is going to come to the graphics card, and from the graphics card is going to go back to the reservoir. So for this part, I have a lot of paper towels. What I want to do is cover some of the main points that might see some leaks under the CPU, under the graphics card essentially. Just want to make sure that if I do get some leaks, it will be an early catch, and I can absorb it with a paper towel, and at the same time have time to fix it before it damages any of my components. Had to prime the pump, and for some people it might be a little bit different. I noticed with mine there were some air bubbles at the bottom, and I just kept flickering it, and the bubbles came up and eventually started pumping. So other people works right out of the box, but that was my experience. So let's go ahead and we'll get more liquid in there. So flip it on. All right, you can see it's flowing. I'm gonna catch it about right there, guys. At this point, we're gonna open it. We're gonna add more coolant in there. And while this is going on, of course, I'm checking for leaks. That's my biggest enemy at this point. Don't want to ruin those expensive components. All right, still filling. There we go. All right, so fill it about right there. I'm gonna go ahead and flip it on again. Trying to bring that water down a little bit more as well. There we go. We officially have liquid in the CPU. Bring it down a little bit more. All right. So far, so good. No leaks. Let's go ahead and add some more water. Keep saying water. This is actually pre-mixed coolant, guys. So let me go ahead and we're gonna top it off some more. Whoops. Whoops again. Holy shit. Making a mess here. Like I said, so far no leaks. We do have coolant at the CPU, both radiators, as well as the 2 fittings right here. This is my drain fitting, by the way, guys. Valve turned off right now. This is a must-have in my opinion. This comes in handy whenever you want to do maintenance on the system, drain the system. You need a way to let out the coolant, essentially. All right, so let me go ahead and add some more here. And we'll go ahead and turn it on. Should hit the GPU fully at this point. All right. Still no leaks. Keep it going. And we're almost all the way through. All right, maybe A couple more squeeze, we should be there. Let me go ahead and add the rest of this. Hope you guys are paying attention for leaks. So much going on. Just kind of got my fingers crossed, hoping for the best. But so far so good, guys. So far so good. Alright, flip the switch on again. We should start seeing some flow at the GPU. It's gonna cycle through, essentially get all the bubbles out of the system. Alright. Look like we're about stable. Getting some of the final bubbles out, but you can tell by the flow indicator right here at the GPU that the liquid is flowing, guys. And I'll let it go some more, but my biggest thing is just making sure we don't have any leaks in the system, especially right here around the GPU and the CPU. So far so good, everything looks good. We do have liquid. There are some bubbles in there, but that's gonna work itself out over time. And we should be able to power it on, so let's go ahead. We're gonna flip the switch right here. All right, hit the power button. And that looks even better behind the glass. Amazing. We do have a button right here on the front that controls the RGB for the front lights. So if we push it, you'll see it gives us that beautiful effect that it initially came with. All right, so opposite side we'll put on the back panel, and I'll go ahead and get the operating system installed. So that's it for this build, essentially. I'd like to know what you guys think about this whole process. I know it took a couple of videos, and what I'll do, I'll try to compile those 5 or 6 videos together and just make one video. That way you guys can sit down. It is going to be kind of lengthy, but I wanted to give you guys just a option to watch it in segments, break it down a little bit. If you guys have any questions about this build, this PC, feel free to drop a comment in the comment section below. So that's it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.